Hey guys, me here. There's a lot of people not really understanding this main event Mafia return. A lot of people confused, but a lot of people are liking this idea. I saw over 700 comments throughout YouTube and other wrestling sites talking about MEM returning, and almost 96% of the people are looking forward to see MEM return. People are not really fully understanding what's happening. There's a lot of weird crap going around. People saying that it's going to be Sting, Kurt Angle, Scott Steiner, Kevin Nash, and Booker T. That's not the case. Booker T burnt his bridge with TNA. He really burnt his bridge with WWE a few years ago and has been trying to get back for over a year, and WWE is just not bringing him back. He may be at the Rumble, same with Nash, but anyways, TNA really has no actual desire to bring back Booker T. The reason for this is Booker is pretty up, apparently from my understanding, he's pretty high up on his horse. Doesn't think that, you know, Steiner Brothers versus Team 3D should ever have happened. I mean, I think fans wanted to see that. He believes the past should be in the past, and that's it. Nothing else. It should never be duplicated. It should never be replicated. You should never see older guys coming back in like Rick Steiner for a couple months. I disagree. I think that is something that the fans want, but Booker's an idiot, in my opinion. Then he also refused to do what he was supposed to do. He was there to help the young talent and make them better, but he refused to do that because he just didn't like some of the young talent, so he refused to help them. So that's why TNA treated him like nothing for so long and gave him nothing, is because, I mean, that's why they gave him that King Booker gimmick back. He hated the King Booker gimmick, but they gave it to him just to piss him off because he pissed TNA off. And they couldn't release him until his contract expired. So yeah, so don't hold your breath. Booker T is not returning because he's an asshole. They don't want to have anything to do with him. He doesn't want to have anything to do with them. I lost a lot of respect for Booker T while he was in TNA. I doubt we'll see Kevin Nash returning. It doesn't look like that. With the WCW-themed Hall of Fame, I mean, hey, let's have Shawn Michaels, who never wrestled in WCW. But anyways, let's have him at the Hall of Fame. It's probably going to be actually Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Booker T will actually probably be at the Hall of Fame, as well as Stevie Ray for Harlem Heat. And that's possibly what it looks like it's going to be. This main event Mafia run, I think, is going to be a long run. It's actually probably going to go until Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory this year is on the 9th of October. Well, I can't confirm that, but that's what I think it's going to be. And they'll probably market it and switch it to days, months, and years instead of months, day, years. If it's months, day, years, it's going to be 10, 9, 11. If it's days, then months, then years, it's going to be 9, 10, 11. I think that's probably how it's going to be marketed as. For the other members of the main event Mafia, I think we will see the return of Sting. That doesn't surprise me. It's going to be Kurt Angle, Scott Steiner, and Sting. The other two voids, I think, is going to be Samoa Joe, and it's going to be AJ Styles. The reason why I think this, I mean, we've seen Joe in before. Dixie Carter is actually taking back more control of her company than just in the storyline. Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff have held back Joe because he's fat. Dixie Carter wants to see him getting pushed again. He goes well over with the fans. He was part of MEM before. Let's push him again. AJ Styles, it did look like he is going to be out of Fortune, which means he'll be out of Immortal, but he is currently injured, so it's unclear what exactly is going to happen. I guess, you know, you'll have Sting go, I mean, we had a rivalry, I passed the torch on to you, and we'll have Kurt Angle saying the same thing, you know, I passed my torch on to you, you're better, you're not a punk kid, you're better than Immortals, you're better than Fortune, and I think you'll see Styles defect and move into the main event Mafia. I think at Lockdown you'll see Immortals versus the main event Mafia. I actually think later on you'll actually see Ric Flair leave Immortals, and I can almost guarantee, I can see that Ric Flair will actually join the main event Mafia for maybe a month or maybe a week or whatever. He'll join them, and then he'll backstab them, and the one he'll backstab will be Sting. This will take on a match at Bound for Glory between Sting and Ric Flair. Loser leaves TNA, can't wrestle anymore. I think that's when you'll see Sting's retirement match. Ric Flair will beat Sting at Bound for Glory in 2011 this year. That's what I think you'll see in that aspect. Kurt Angle could possibly be retiring again at Bound for Glory this year. Every year, you know, he contemplates it and decides in the summertime whether he's ready to go or not. So right now, he hasn't made up his mind, but we could see him gone. I said that Scott Steiner had signed a 90-day contract with TNA. I think it has already been extended or in negotiations to take him till Bound for Glory. Scott Steiner, for the past 13 months, has been talking about retiring. I think you could also possibly see Scott Steiner retiring at Bound for Glory if the long-term negotiation does come through. So that's what it looks like, the Main Event Mafia, in my opinion, based on how I know companies work and how the best way would be to have the Main Event Mafia would be, this is how you would do them. Main Event Mafia has pretty much been hired by Dixie Carter to eliminate Immortals and to kick Hogan out of TNA. I think this could go until Bound for Glory, or this could go until the end of the year. This is definitely going to be at least till lockdown, but I could see this panning out probably at least till the end of the year. This could be a 10 to 12 month storyline they have between Immortals and the Main Event Mafia, and having the two X Division wrestlers, AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, in the Main Event Mafia is basically going to be a way of, okay, this is the Main Event Mafia, these are the legends, these three guys, Angle, Sting, and Steiner, could all retire that month. So it's like, okay, we're retiring and we're giving the company back to Dixie Carter, back to X Division Wrestling, which is being coined, the phrase as XDM, the X Division movement, where the X Division is getting revamped this year and is being repushed. I've already had proof on this. I've had evidence on this. The TNA has signed other X Division wrestlers and is redoing it. So this is what I think the Main Event Mafia's purpose is a way for them to phase out and hand the company back over to the X Division wrestlers, which sounds like a great storyline. Speaking of X Division, the other possibility of why Destination X moved to July is possibly also because there's going to be another World X Cup moving into this year to help promote the X Division. Anyways, guys, that's my Main Event Mafia storyline. I'm not saying that's exactly how it's going to happen, but that would be the best way, and it would happen, and I think, in all honesty, it'll probably happen very similar to that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed.